I'm friends with both Max and Luke. I've also made videos with both of them. Max made a video called I Rated Every Outdoor Boys Meal. After chatting with both of them, I'm going to break down what went right, what went wrong, and react while giving you everyone's side of the story. And yeah, I got a lot to say.
YouTube's greatest chef just retired. Not Gordon Ramsay, not Jamie Oliver.
Oh my God, the suspense is killing me.
I'm talking about the Outdoor Boys.
But did he? Hey, Luke, how are you, brother?
Hey, Guga.
You just wait.
Now their food looks incredible, but is it actually good? Today, we find out the truth.
Is it actually good? Are you serious, Max? This man is a Michelin star chef of the woods. He knows how to cook some stuff, my friend. You are in for a big roast if you mess anything up.
Starting off with the iconic bread and honey butter, this one always looks the most satisfying to me.
That is so true. But here's how it's actually made, and most people don't know how versatile this thing is.
Bread flour, sugar, salt, yeast, and water.
Yep, that's all you need.
Now first you pour some bread flour into a bowl, make a little hole in the middle, and fill that hole with a little bit of yeast, a pinch of sugar, and a little dash of salt around the edge. Fill that hole with warm water, mix it with your finger, and give it about 5 minutes or until it looks all frothy and bubbly.
Now Luke has several different videos showing how to make this bread. Obviously he's showing it here how to do it at home, which you just mix all of the ingredients together without any measuring at all. I've done this bread quite a few times and it is delicious, and there's a lot of different uses for it. But if we're being honest, the most authentic way is not even kneading the bread. You just throw everything into a Ziploc bag and let the whole thing knead itself. You don't necessarily need to knead it. Time will actually do its thing. But the most interesting thing for me is how many different ways he uses this bread. Let me show you. Here's Luke grilling it. Another way he likes to use the bread is just by putting it on a stick and grilling it. Check it out.
You want to be able to see a little bit of the stick poking through between the wraps, just like that.
Here's one that he actually put a little bit of cheese on it.
We're going to take a little bit of cheddar. We're going to fold that up in there.
Ooh, perfection, bro. Perfection. He also fries the bread.
We got our disc of bread here. We're going to put it right in there. Skillet and smother them in honey butter and fried bacon. It is one of the most amazing breakfasts ever.
Here's another way he cooks it, by baking it. Now, do you know what he just did right there? If you ever baked bread, you know exactly what's happening. A little bit of steam will create a wonderful crust on the bread.
Aha! There we go.
Look at that. Absolutely perfectly baked bread.
Oh, is there anything better than warm, fresh bread? Yes. Warm, fresh bread with honey butter.
That is correct. Oh, did you hear that crunch? Wow. I want to eat that right now.
That was so good. Oh, the crust is so crispy on this thing.
Come on, Luke. You make everybody want to eat this bread, bro. Max, you better not mess this up. You better do it right, Max, and you better look as good as he did.
We'll start by adding in the bread flour. Feels very weird not measuring, but I kind of like it. We'll make a little hole in the center. And he specifically says the amount of yeast you use doesn't matter. I used to think baking was a perfect science, but this process completely flips that on its head.
That is very, very true. You don't have to measure anything. Go by the feel, everybody, and just give it a try. Most people are afraid to try to make this bread, but if you try it, you see how easy it is. Just by looking at it, you can tell more or less the amount you should be putting it. Believe me, you'll be fine. And if you mess up, you'll adjust on the next one.
Well, it's definitely sticky. I'll start kneading.
Now here's the deal. He's gonna knead this dough right now, but absolutely there's no need to knead it at all. If you wanted to do it the easiest way, you just put it on your refrigerator and let it go for the next day, and then you do almost no work at all and the thing will be ready to go and cook. But I guess for the video purposes, you wanna get it done as quickly as possible, but you don't have to do this step.
Okay, it's been an hour and our bread has doubled in size. Let's see if we can get this fire started. Okay guys, we've made it outside, but I just realized we probably chose the hottest day all year, but have no fear, this is an Outdoor Boys video. We gotta deal with the conditions as they are. First step, we have to light this fire. Now, fortunately, we have the luxury of pretty much every device to create flame. However, in the spirit of the Outdoor Boys, we gotta do this the authentic way. Never actually used one of these before. Oh, Wow, okay. Let's see if we can get this lit. Oh,
Wow, Max, good job.
a lot easier than I was expecting. Cheese in the bread, and we'll wrap it up. And now, believe it or not, we're placing this loaf of bread directly on and covered in hot coals. This feels wrong, but I'm putting my faith in the outdoor boys on this one. Now for the second type of bread, he just kind of flattens it out. It's more like a flat bread, and instead of going in the coals like our loaf, it's going right on top.
Nice, it looks reasonable.
And we'll give it a little flip. Oh, wow, that actually looks perfect. Look at the color on that. Looks like we got a bit of sticking from the coals, and honestly,
Have no fear, Max is here.
loaf looks burned to a crisp, but they should be done. This is that beautiful flat bread, a little bit sharp.
Compare it with the one that we just saw from Luke, nicely golden brown versus his take on flatbread. Max, no.
And for what I'm most excited about,
Honey butter.
let's make that honey butter. We have a bunch of pure honey. We'll add the melted butter, and we'll give it a shake. There's no way this could be bad.
Hey, Luke, how are you, brother?
I'm doing all right, Guga. How you doing?
Good to hear from you, my friend. No, I was wondering if, can you explain exactly how to do the honey butter correctly?
I mean, it's honey and butter. Just, I don't know. If you just taste it, if it's too buttery, you add more honey. You just taste it.
I'm glad, I love the way you explain it. It's not rocket science, it's just honey and butter.
I have never once added honey and butter together and thought, oh, I did this wrong. It's never happened. So, just throw those two ingredients in some sort of close proximity to each other.
Now we'll just lather up that bread.
I mean, that looks gorgeous, but at the same time, Max, look at your bread. I want it to be nicely golden brown. Max!
And then of course we have our loaf. Kind of looks like a cannonball. I guess sort of to be expected if you completely cover something in raging hot coals. We'll have to see if it's edible.
I'm sorry. That one.
Gonna remove as much of that ash as possible. I mean, Luke does say it's all edible and fine to eat, and we'll slice into it. Straight up, I've never succeeded at making bread. This might be the best looking bread I've ever made in my entire life. It actually looks like bread.
Duh.
We got that cheese pocket, a really nice crunchy feel to it. I mean, it's bubbly on the inside. Keep in mind, we did zero measuring whatsoever. Obviously, the big question mark here is how will the outside taste given that it was cooked directly inside a fire? But either way, I'm feeling optimistic. This is one of those things that I've seen so often online and I've always wanted to try it. It looks and smells so good.
Nice crunchy. But I want to know, how does it taste?
Unbelievable bread.
I think I'm more impressed by the honey butter.
That's because you burned the bread. That's why you're more impressed, Max. Are you serious? Look, look at Luke's. It looks so good. Nicely golden brown, not burned black.
One of the best bites of food I've ever had.
Stupid good.
It's crispy, you get that smoky flavor, that sweetness. This is off the charts.
That campfire charred taste is unbelievable.
But did you see how I made it? We just eyeballed everything.
I always thought baking was such a science, but he made it like an art and it just works.
It goes to show you, everybody, even though it's a little bit charred, a little bit burnt, it's a wonderful way of making bread, especially if you've never done it. Bread doesn't have to come out super beautiful because in the end of the day, if it's cooked correctly, it's something you should try it at home. It is so easy to make, especially if you don't want to make it super pretty and you just want a tasty bread.
But you're a genius, Luke, because this is insane. It's like a savory donut.
This is an S-tier recipe and it's so simple.
I agree. It has to go on S tier, and if you are intimidated by making bread, there's a few ways to do it. I highly recommend, and I'll link the video in the description down below so you can check out the whole video. Max, you love the bread, and at the end of the day, that's really all it matters.
Next up, we have the one and only biscuits and gravy. Now, I don't even like eating biscuits and gravy.
What? You don't like eating biscuits and gravy? Are you kidding me?
But for some reason, whenever Luke eats them, they just look so good.
Well, for breakfast, I'm gonna make biscuits and gravy. All right, got some hot oil, got some pork sausage.
So satisfying watching Luke, I'll be honest with you.
Gonna add some cream. This little bottle of cream, 1,600 calories. That's why I don't eat biscuits and gravy every day.
That makes sense.
Putting in some black pepper. And a pinch of salt. Now, unfortunately, I've messed up a little bit. I was supposed to bring some flour to thicken up the gravy. I forgot. I got some hot dog buns. I'm gonna try to tear them up in little bits and put them in the gravy to thicken it up. Sometimes you can use breadcrumb as a thickener. There you go, got it to thicken up a little bit.
Man is a genius.
Biscuits and gravy is one of the easiest meals, but it's so delicious. Heavy whipping cream, pork sausage, lots of pepper. Very traditional meal in the southern US.
Oh yeah, he was a happy man. That is a delicious thing to eat and I love it. Now let's see Max's take on it.
Pan on, we'll open up the pork sausage and get it cooking. Managing the heat, given that we're cooking over fire, is tricky, but we'll just get it all browned up. It's smoky and it's hot. Great color on there. We'll add in the cream. Basically drowning the pork sausage in cream. Just like Luke, I'm going heavy. Now we'll throw on a whole bunch of black pepper. Bubbling over just a little bit, gonna add in some breadcrumbs, hopefully thicken and finish this up. Oh, it's really bubbling up, oh boy. And we can't turn down the heat because we are using fire. I think I'm gonna call this done. Now we'll get started on the biscuits.
Wait.
Rolling it into a nice strand of dough.
What? Okay, so right there you can clearly see that he made a mistake. You're supposed to leave a little bit of spaces in between because as you're cooking it on the fire, it will rise a little bit so that it can cook evenly.
Harder than it looks. I got a lot of respect for Luke and the rest of the boys. This ain't easy.
It's not easy, but if you're holding it with your hand, it's even worse. So you definitely want to hang the stick and not stay around the fire, you know? Like this is just like, it's miserable, everybody.
And we should be good to go. The biscuits surprisingly seem to have cooked evenly with
Evenly? You call that evenly? I'll be honest though, the gravy looks amazing. That looks delicious to me.
Let's see how this tastes. Okay, everybody grab a piece of biscuit. Ooh, give it a nice little dip in the gravy. Whoa, it's so creamy. It's so good.
So amazing.
He has a lot of calories, but it's one of the most delicious thing ever, everybody. If you've never had biscuit and gravy, do yourself a favor and go have some right away. But if you've never had it, you don't know what it tastes like, and it is delicious. And I will say, Max, this looks very, very good. Even the biscuit, it wasn't perfectly, but it looks great. But the most important thing is, did you enjoy it?
I think it would be like a B to A for me.
I think a B is fair.
It's a strong B.
A B? No, that should be an A.
This might be the most satisfying looking meal I've ever seen him make, the pork jowl baked beans.
First, let's just see how Luke makes this. Make sure that Max doesn't mess this up.
Now I know this is a survival video, but I have a very important rule I live by. I don't mind being cold, I don't mind sleeping on the ground, and I don't mind being hungry. But I only do one of those things at a time. So tonight, I'm eating like a king. Time to cut up some firewood.
You can tell how much skill Luke has by cutting everything by hand. He doesn't need a cutting board. He just does his thing just like that, everybody.
Add a little salt, add some ground mustard, some brown sugar, and tomato paste.
Just a combination of all of them is going to be delicious. And of course, he's not going to eat beans by himself. Luke is going to eat like a king, and he means it. Watch.
Just like the bread, the coals are going to stick to it while it's rare. And once it's cooked, the coals will fall off.
That's a great tip, and that works extremely well. The ashes, on the other hand, though, they stick and they're not coming out. Looks great. Looks like the beans are cooking perfectly.
Yes, that is perfect.
Those beans look delicious, and he chops it up with a little bit of bread. Max, it's your turn.
And we'll start off with some beautiful pork jowls. It's cured and smoked just like bacon, but the jowl comes from sort of the cheek, chin, and jaw. In the spirit of the outdoor boys, I'm gonna see if I can use his technique. Oh my gosh.
It's funny because he has a cutting board right there. He could have just done it, but he's trying to do the Luke's way, you know?
Let's get these beans on, and we'll let them cook. Okay, our beans should be nice and cooked through. We'll add in the pork jowl, the onions, do a bunch of brown sugar. We'll add in the tomato paste, mustard powder, some salt, and black pepper. Now,
that actually looks good.
We got our beans bubbling away, time for steak, and of course, we're going caveman style. Give that steak a flip. It's honestly not looking bad. And we'll throw down a bit of bread to go with the beans. And this right here is looking like a proper outdoor boys meal. Embers pretty easily falling off. That means our steak should be done. Let's head inside. All right, we should be good to go, and I'm gonna be real with you guys. This meal is looking glorious.
Oh yeah, that looks great. That looks absolutely delicious. I'm not gonna lie. Even the charred bread a little bit in the edges is not like the one that he did it previously. This one looks much better, Max. It looks like you're getting the technique right. I hope that the steak was medium rare. Oh, that actually looks good.
Talk about the perfect medium rare.
He's called Max the Meat Guy for a reason. He can cook a steak, everybody, even using the caveman style. Notice the edges a little bit right here. You can clearly see that it's a little bit overdone, and that's normal because you can only control the heat so much, especially if you're touching the coals directly. But that looks good.
Now I gotta do something that as a fan of the outdoor boys, I have always wanted to do. Got our bread, scoop out some of those beans, little steak on top, and that right there is a bite.
Let's see if it tastes good because that is all that matters in the end of the day.
Unbelievable.
Unfreaking believable.
I knew it. I knew it.
Bit of sweetness from the beans.
Like, cooked over a campfire or not, this is a 5-star meal. Today we're actually eating like kings.
Yes, he is. Yeah, that looks great. Good job. This one is, I don't have much to say because I think you did a great job.
I think this is an S tier.
I think this is an S.
It's another S.
I 100% agree.
Next up, we have something extremely unique. Honestly, I'm not too sure about this one, but either way, it's the orange soda marinated beef tacos.
Why are you not sure about it? That sounds phenomenal. I've done a few experiments with orange soda and meats, and it is delicious. Why are you being skeptical? In Luke, we trust.
You want tacos?
Yeah. Taco Friday.
Taco
yeah.
Friday. The marinated beef here, marinated orange soda.
That smells like Fanta.
Oh my God, Luke, that looks delicious. That looks phenomenal. Oh.
Not gonna lie, these are pretty tasty.
Yes, 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 yes. I mean, take a look at everybody. It just looks phenomenal. Max, don't you mess this up.
And we'll start off with some beautiful top sirloin.
What's up with the slapping with the meat, bro?
I almost sliced thin at an angle to kind of mimic what he had. It looked like some sort of shaved beef situation. This is a first for me, but now we have our orange soda. And like a lot of the recipes, there is no recipe, so I'm just going for it.
I love that. That's exactly how you should do it because you should do by the feel, you know what I mean? Just combining all of these ingredients that he's putting together will absolutely be delicious, especially if you leave the marination there going for, a few hours or even a day or so.
With our meat marinated, time to sear. There's a lot of moisture in this marinade, so keeping the heat high to try and get some color on it. Should be all cooked up, meat out, and vegetables in. And we'll just cook them down. Back in with the meat, we'll get all those flavors combined, and let's assemble.
Gotta be honest, Max, you do a phenomenal job. Exactly how I would do it as well. Same way that Luke did it. It looks amazing, looks incredible, looks like it's gonna be absolutely delicious. But now that this thing is ready, how does it actually taste? We need to know.
Time to eat. It's surprisingly good.
It's another success.
This is like a very high quality weeknight meal.
I love this one too. I don't think I'd rate it as high as the others.
It doesn't have the X factor that some of the other ones have, but it's very good.
A B for basic, but that doesn't mean it doesn't taste great. It's just not as cool as the other ones.
I agree. It's not as cool as the other ones because normally he cooks outdoors and this one is just indoors with his family and things like that. But I'll be honest with you, Luke is a great cook and that is delicious and I will eat that all day, every day.
You guys knew this one was coming. We've made it to the tomahawk cooked over fire.
Yes, tomahawk over fire, baby. Your specialty, Max. Don't mess it up. Here's how Luke did it.
This is a tomahawk steak.
Perfectly. He seasons the thing just like it needs to be. You need to season it heavy, everybody, especially with a thick piece of meat like that. Now, because it's so thick, you gotta cook it nice and slow, and using the tin foil method, it's a wonderful way to do it, especially if you're gonna put it on the coals directly. Luke likes to go all out. He always do some types of sides or something else to go along with his protein. To finish it off, he puts a quick sear on it.
Oh, that is a good steak.
Oh, that looks delicious. That looks like a good steak. That looks like it was nice, medium rare, just the way that he prefers to eat his meat. I mean, that is the textbook perfection on how to cook a tomahawk steak. Now, it's your turn, Max.
And for this one, we've managed to get our hands on what might just be the biggest tomahawk steak I've ever seen.
So that looks like it's about 4.5 inches thick, very, very thick cut of meat. You gotta cook it nice and slow in order to have a nice medium rare perfection, and cooking it on the coals, it's challenging, but Max has cooked many tomahawk. Let's see if he's gonna mess this one up.
Again, excessively thick cut, so it can take a lot.
Yep, I agree.
And we'll
Oh wow, impressive, brother.
get our steak right in the center.
I love that before even he put it, there's not that much fire, because you want to cook this nice and slow. Whoa, 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 what just happened there? I think he just cut it for a little bit, but the whole thing, so much fire now. You just went from nothing to a lot. I think I know exactly what happened. I don't know if Max will admit it or not, but we have to ask Max and confront him on this one. I'm gonna call him right now. Yo, Max, what's going on, brother?
Yo, Guga, what's up, my bro?
Good to hear from you, but Max, I'm gonna cut this short because I'm a little bit frustrated over here. I was taking a look at your video with the Outdoor Boys. Let's be honest, you're known for the low and slow guy, and all of a sudden it seemed like the tomahawk was cooked hot and fast.
Things just got out of hand, but Guga, please don't. I know this is just between me and you. Don't share this with anybody. Like, I know you're not videotaping this.
Max, you are 100% being recorded. I'll call you back, Max.
Guga, wait, Guga, hold on.
You can clearly see that things are not going right there. It was not evenly cooked, but now he's gonna put a sear on it. I'm curious to see what's gonna happen in the end. Come on, Max, don't mess this one up.
Check out the crust on this steak.
Yo, that crust looks delicious, but does it look kind of dry? You know what happens with meat and you cooked it for such a long time, you can kind of tell just by the crust, especially if the meat has been rested a little bit, some of the juices will seep out, and if it's medium rare, you can kind of tell just by the looks. I can clearly see that the crust is a little bit dry, so...
It looks like it's gone to war, but that crust does look flavorful. And let's slice into it. Well, definitely closer to a medium or medium well than we would have liked, but all things considered, it's still looking pretty juicy.
Not gonna lie, everybody, that happens to all of us. It happened to me many times, and it's heartbreaking because, you know, you don't obviously want raw meat, but then out of the sudden it's overcooked. I've cooked with many chefs, everyone messes up. But I love his honesty and his being honest with his audience. Shout out to you, Max. Yes, it is medium to medium well. There's nothing wrong with that, but the most important thing, like I've always says, how does it taste?
It's a bit overcooked. It's hard to say anything bad about a giant tomahawk cooked over fire. I will say, I did overcook this, but it's still delicious.
It's a great steak. I don't have any negatives besides the fact that Max completely butchered it when it comes to medium.
Even Kyle knows.
There's honestly nothing I love more than steak cooked on top of a campfire. You get the smoky, you get the meaty.
A very solid A.
A for even overcooked tomahawk. That goes to show you how wonderful it is to cook over an open fire, everybody. It is absolutely delicious. Even if you mess it up, it's going to be amazing. Don't use electricity. Don't use an induction burner. Use charcoal or wood. It will be better. Let's see what Max got on the next one.
Okay guys, this right here is probably the one I'm most excited to cook. I know I've said that for multiple of these, but this is it. We have our moose ribs.
Moose ribs. I've never cooked moose ribs. I gotta see how Luke does this first. Let's see.
For dinner, I brought along some moose ribs. These are just 2 ribs from the moose I shot this fall. Got some garlic, salt, and pepper.
That foil method, it's perfect, especially if you want to cook it nice and slow over an open fire on the coast. It slows things down, and this man is a master at it. Seriously, a master at it. Low heat will get it nice and tender and juicy. High heat will be tough tough and harder and not as juicy.
Oh, I can smell the moose.
You see how he knows just by the smell, he can tell us if it's too hot or not. The amount of knowledge he's putting on his videos is insane. Genius way of just taking out the heat, elevating it a little bit, and continue cooking the whole thing. It's just genius, genius.
Oh.
Ooh, nice and steamy, looks incredible. Look how he pulled off the bone. It's just like, oh, perfection, Luke. You can clearly see that was cooked nice and slow. If it was cooked hot and fast, the bone would have not been as good as that.
Oh, that's so good.
Oh, I can tell. He probably burned his mouth on that one, but he was hungry. But that looks delicious. Wow. All right. That looks incredible. All right, Max, show me some moose ribs.
Okay, so I couldn't find moose ribs, but I do have something just as cool.
But I understand it's very hard to get moose ribs.
These are buffalo ribs. As you can see, they have a nice red color, but they're extremely thin. These are the exact same cut as baby back ribs from a pig. Just like Luke, we'll start by hitting this with some garlic salt and that black pepper. Throw it on the tin foil and wrap it up. Get it nice and tight, and we'll get it on the fire. So what I'm gonna do is kind of clear out a little area.
That's a lot of fire, Max. That's...
Ribs on.
He's saying low heat, but look at the amount of fire.
And they should be done. I cannot wait to open these up.
Oh boy, here we go.
Oh boy, looks like we got a little bit of burning even through the tin foil, but generally speaking, I mean, they don't look half bad.
They don't look half bad? So here's a perfect example of hot and fast.
We even got that separation from the bone. And we'll slice them up. Whoa. I think the bone has turned into charcoal.
That's the bone.
I hope the meat's still okay. Slice right down center. These actually look pretty awesome. I can tell they're tender. They have this like shreddable texture to them. They kind of remind me of like beef back ribs. Let's see how they taste. These are actually supposed to be moose ribs. Instead we have buffalo. Very interesting. Tender.
I love them. It's almost just like condensed beefiness in a good way.
It's missing the char flavor. Because we cooked it fully wrapped up, it didn't actually get any of those like campfire flavors. It is tender though, and if
Is it tender though? Is it really tender? I wouldn't call that one tender. Doesn't look like he liked it very much, but let's see the rating.
are in the upper echelon of food, but given how incredible some of his other dishes are, it's getting a C.
No! Ribs are the best of the best, Max. After picanha, it's one of my favorite things to eat. But if you cook it slow, it's delicious. If you cook hot and fast, it's like a tough, chewy meat. And if you char up the bone and the bone breaks, that is not good. Let's call him again. Yo, Max, what's going on, buddy? I know we left the last time a little bit off the thing, but I need to talk to you about one more dish over here.
Please don't be the ribs.
Yes, it is the ribs. You cooked it. But something happened on your video there because all of a sudden the bone became charcoal and brittle. When I looked at it, I was like, what happened? So I'm trying to confront you on that one, Max. Can you explain to us what actually happened?
Guga, I don't want to talk about the ribs.
You know, Max, it's my favorite. You put it on a C tier.
Guga, yeah, Guga, I gotta go. Things are getting crazy here. I got all these people over.
Max, I'll talk to you later. There you have it. That's Max's reply.
Super pumped up about this one. Next up, it's the Campfire Prime Rib Roast.
By the way, yes, I'm roasting Max, but we are the greatest friends. And true friends will always tell you the truth. Max, this is out of love. So let's see how Luke creates his prime rib roast. Hey, look, the rib roast.
Wait, your buddy buddy who did that one in his video, his thing was he didn't use a cooler. He used just a plastic tub. You can get away with it, but you're just going to have to fiddle with it a lot more. But then, you know, the thing with sous vide, right? You can overdo sous vide and it doesn't really matter. You got to really, really overdo sous vide before it becomes a problem. And so I left it in there just like forever. I think I ended up doing 20 hours or something in the sous vide just because it's like, why not, right? You know, if in doubt, leave it in longer. I think 100%, either you need to go out with Amy or you need to go hunt down the guy that goes around yoinking lizards and snakes in the Everglades at night, and 100% film you guys going out at night and wrestling a snake at some point. You should 100% do that because it would be so outside the norm for your videos. It would be really interesting, and then watching you guys outside your comfort zone would be 100% more entertaining than watching somebody who was into it.
I'm scared to death just thinking about it, and oh my goodness. But I am going to call Amy.
Do it. You gotta admit, it's gonna be awesome content, and you know.
I'm gonna die, Luke. Luke, you are built different. I'm not built like you.
And starting off with a beautiful prime rib. Just like any time I cook a prime rib, I'm gonna find that first seam here and just using my hands, pull.
Great advice. Yes, definitely do this.
From here, just kind of slice, peeling it away. Probably the most underrated prime rib tip. I'm telling you, getting rid of the silver skin just leads to a way better final product. And we'll season it liberally with salt and black pepper. We'll hit it with the mustard and that all patted in. On with the herbs. Kind of just threw them on there like this, just for what it looks like. And yes, guys, we're gonna actually try cooking this in a trash bag. To be honest, I have no idea if this is food safe.
It is not.
I assume it won't melt, but there's only one way to find out. And we'll just gently place our beautiful prime rib in the trash bag.
Just feels wrong, right?
Bagged up, we got our tub of heated water. We'll add in more boiled water. See how hot it is? Whew. Okay, I can leave my finger in there for about 2 seconds, which means it should be around 130, 140 Fahrenheit. And in with the prime rib. This is like the ultimate dichotomy. We have one of the most premium cuts of meat in the world, cooked in a trash bag in a flimsy bin of hot water.
Wait. You must do this in a cooler, not on a Tupperware box like this. If not, you're gonna be losing so much heat and you'll be putting boiling water every 10 minutes.
We'll give it a few hours and see if this works. And just like that, it has been 5 full hours. We've been adding hot water to keep it nice and toasty, which means I'm hoping it should be ready to sear. It appears as though the bag has maintained its seal. So all things considered, I'm feeling pretty good about this right now. But I will say it does feel...
Again, as soon as you come out of the sous vide bag, it always looks horrible, but yeah.
Say it does feel very rare. I hope it's mostly cooked, but either way, let's get it on the fire. And now I'm gonna basically try searing right on top of the fire. Oh, that is quite the sight. And let's see if we can flip it. Oh wow, it's actually a pretty nice looking crust. I think I found the perfect searing zone. And it looks like we're getting super consistent fire on it. This is working out better than I ever could have hoped. Color on this is...
Oh wow, that looks amazing, Max.
It's just looking absolutely beautiful. I think it's ready to come off. And just take a look at this prime rib. I mean, cooked in a trash bag, then thrown over a fire or not, this looks absolutely stunning. But what matters most is what's going on the inside. Time for the moment of truth. Ooh. I mean, it's...
Ooh, perfection. That is exactly the way I believe it should be. It looks gorgeous.
This rare, overcooked, undercooked, completely raw. I'm interested in hearing your thoughts.
Nope, 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 nope. It is perfect. Perfect in every way.
The Outdoor Boys prime rib roast Christmas dinner.
It looks phenomenal, fantastic, and we want to know how does it taste, and most importantly, what's the rating?
Wow. The char flavor is what takes it over the top. I don't even taste the trash bag. It's because we finished it over fire.
You're not gonna taste the trash bag, dude. You're just gonna feel the BPA later.
And those sides though, like a baked potato cooked inside of a fire, just tastes better.
I actually really like Brussels sprouts. Bacon definitely makes it. This is better than restaurant prime rib because it has that campfire flavor to it.
This would really be the perfect Christmas dinner.
Grills are out, campfires are in. It's just night and day.
I have to agree.
He can cook.
This has to be an S. It has to be an S. It's the best prime rib dinner I think we've ever had.
I agree.
I couldn't agree more. I love that Max went ahead and finished it off with a bang. Yo, Max, what's going on? I know we left it at something bad on our last call, but I'm calling you one more time for a specific reason. You remember when you cooked the prime rib? No, don't shake your head because I'm only roasting you, right? So this time is a little bit different. So you are my true friends. We've been friends for a long time. And I gotta be honest with you, the prime rib, phenomenal. Absolutely 10 out of 10.
Wait, just guys. I've been waiting my whole life to hear those words out of Guga's mouth, and I finally heard it. Can we get a replay even?
10 out of 10, Max.
Guga, do you realize that now every night before I go to sleep, I'm gonna have a replay going of, Max, that's a 10 out of 10. And I'll finally sleep well.
Oh, there you go. But look, that was an incredible one. Overall, I gotta be honest with you, Max, I think you did a phenomenal job. You know, people underestimate how hard it is to make those kind of videos. Shout out to you. I think overall you did a phenomenal job.
Luke is the GOAT, so it was an honor and privilege to cook some of his favorite things. I will say, I'm very much looking forward to see your spin on this and see what you can create, because I have a feeling it'll be very good. But don't forget, I will be watching. You did a lot of roasting over here. Okay?
Yes. Max, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit scared. Fair enough. Guys, we are real true friends. This is what friendship is all about. I love Max to death. And if you don't know Max, make sure you subscribe to him. Max, thank you, brother. You are the man.
I appreciate it. Good luck, Guga.
All right, bye-bye. Overall, I gotta say, Max did an incredible job. You know, even though he got roasted in a few things here and there, but it's all fun and games. But this is a very difficult video to make. It's a tremendous amount of work. He was out of his element completely. He did an incredible job. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, be sure to subscribe. Let me know your favorite part, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Make sure to subscribe. See you guys on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.